Okay, some of you have. Never fear if you haven't seen them yet. The next time you're on a BC ferry, keep your eyes on the water because every year they are being seen more and more often in our very own Strait of Georgia. But like a lot of the other animals out in the oceans, they do face many dangers. And in fact, Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen have first-hand experience with those threats. Lisa, as
oh no, but
can you share their
no,
please.
sinerge kita. Tumalun ka na, Dorothy.
Ano?
Where they were brought to a rehabilitation center and deemed non-releasable. Luckily, we've been able to provide them with a permanent home here at the Wild Coast. Okay, here now, this is Helen and Hannah. And they've been with us for several years now. We've been able to build and maintain a very positive relationship with them in order to provide them the best possible care through training and regular checkups. Everything we learn from their health care can also be used by veterinarians and researchers to gain a better understanding about these mysterious species. In fact, you're going to be working with them reveals more about their species as well as their individual personalities, which, believe it or not, are just as different as you and I. Isn't that right, you guys? That's right. Most importantly, though, Spinnaker, Helen, and Hannah are reminders every day that nasty garbage is still man-made objects are Thanks very much, Lisa. So what our researchers are trying to do is understand the dangers of those man-made objects and find new ways to protect animals like the dolphins. But in order to do that, we first have to review what we already know about this particular species. And one thing we know, they're often seen in groups.
Marot tayo sa. Wala na.
Sometimes you see them in over 2,000 dolphins at a time. And they can travel at some really impressive speeds. For those of you who are in the underwater gallery, you've seen them.
Ano ba?
They've been clocked at over 35 kilometers an hour, which is technically faster than you are allowed to drive your car here in Stanley.
Yeah.
Sinerge ko naman ito.
Avoiding their predators and catching their prey. Can you show me what to eat?
Bakit?
Exactly. But imagine what that would be really like for a second. If you were a dolphin, and you were hunting for fish here in the North Pacific Ocean. There's no shortage of fish available out there, but it is hard to find because especially this time of year, the deeper you go, the darker it gets. Now, thankfully, as a dolphin, you have the ability to penetrate that darkness using sound. It's an animal form of sonar called echolocation. And I want you to listen for a moment.
Mutot lang yan.
And then tell me if you've ever heard sounds
Hindi
like
naman
this. Probably not, right? But if you were at the Lucas show earlier, you might have heard me talk about echolocation, and this is the same thing. Those are what those sounds sound. And that's something that we're trying to answer with the help of Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen, and a research project they've been helping us with for over 2 years. We've taken that time to train them to wear gelatin eye cups, like I have here in my hand. But we didn't start right away by covering their eyes. In fact, to maintain that really strong bond of trust, we just touched the eye cup to different parts of their body until gradually we progressed to the point where they could wear it over one eye. And now we can ask our dolphins to voluntarily cover both of their eyes with these eye cups. And we can watch the way they navigate through the water here using sound instead of their vision. And hopefully, through this research, we're going to better understand how dolphins like Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen come to be entangled in fishing nets while they're looking for food out in the ocean. And in fact, we're incredibly lucky to work so closely with these three remarkable dolphins because they provide us with the opportunity to do research that's possible out in the ocean. Now that research also shows us some other cool things about these dolphins. For example, in a dolphin's life. They're also highly social. And in fact, you can see them even right here in British Columbia a couple of weeks ago. Socialization. And they were also making a huge variety of sounds. In fact, if you listen to our dolphins, you can hear some of those sounds.
I know, right? Kanina pa sila kumakain. Nagugutot sila.
Some researchers think, though, that those aren't the only ways dolphins communicate. They might also use touch or even acrobatic behavior. One of the types of leap they're capable of, this one right here, is called a breach. And we think it might act as a signal when they crash down on the water. Or they could use other body parts to hit the water and communicate with each other. Potentially their flukes. Now, not only is that a possible method of communication, it might also be a way to stun prey if they stop their flukes down hard enough on a single fish. These are still important questions that researchers are
Natatakot yung mga bata.
dolphins are the only things making noise. Can you shout out a very noisy man-made object for me? Boats, exactly. And dolphins are often seen alongside or in close proximity to boats. In fact, you might have even seen them bow riding like Spinnaker here off the front of large fishing boats. So exactly what role noise pollution plays in the lives of these dolphins and the lives of their prey is still a mystery that we're working to solve. But like a lot of great mysteries out there, the
Wala.
more questions we answer about Pacific white-sided dolphins,
Mas
the
maganda
more
dun.
questions we end up with. And the biggest question
No,
we are
mas maganda
dedicated to
tayo.
answering is how can we help them?
Mahal tayo?
Because we've already seen some
Alright.
very serious
Hindi dyan.
in the lives of these dolphins. But thankfully, there are things every single one of us
Ang bilis
can do
naman
to
nila,
keep
hindi kasi
these
sila
animals
maabutan.
safe from those dangers out in the ocean. The first step is making sure we're not adding more garbage to their homes. So by always ensuring that you're using a garbage can, or even better, a recycling bin or a compost, even if you're nowhere near the water, the breezes, especially here in Vancouver, can pick up garbage from our streets and bring it out to the ocean where it can be pretty dangerous for animals like these dolphins. So if you use those receptacles, you're doing your parts to help these amazing animals. And although Pacific white-sided dolphins are still shrouded in mystery, hopefully with the help of Spinnaker here, and Helen, not to mention our trainers, our researchers, and you,
Oh, big splash.
go directly into funding the research we're doing with these dolphins. So on behalf of all of us, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope you have a great day.
Ang cute. Katay na yan. Joke.
If you have any questions about the dolphins,
Nahihirapan yung sabi. I know.
that's the best answer for you. If you missed any of the show or you just want to come back and see the dolphins again, we'd love to see you at our 2:30 dolphin show, which is the next time you will see these guys in action. Thanks very much, and have a great day at the aquarium.
Lalaki naman.
Okay. Pwede dapat.
Tapos na. So cute.
Thanks for the magaling.
I know. It's like... It's like, where are you looking at? I'm swimming here.
Not 100% cute in the wild.
You guys are...
No, their fur, I believe, makes them buoyant. Because there's like, they have like 2 layers, and one's like really cold. It's supposed to make them so they can go faster.
Like wondering, right? Where this...
habitat, and the newest challenge that they're facing these days is climate change. With changing of the Earth's climate, it's getting harder and harder for animals like these to survive. What exactly is this climate change thing? Everyone's talking about it, but it's hard to figure out what exactly we're talking about.
Gusto niya sa lalaki.
Ang dami niyang gasgas man.
Here's a beluga has the right amount of blubber around his body to keep the body at the right temperature. Our planet, the right combination of gases to keep the planet safe and completely for us. But the more energy we use and the more carbon that we add to the atmospheric layer, we're thickening the layer of gas around the planet.
Ano daming gisgis niya sa ulo?
Wrapping it in a great big blanket, causing it to overheat. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the impact of climate change,
Tapos may kamay mo.
hours at a time in the winter. So how do animals like these get around? Well, we live in a world of sound. They're highly social and highly local creatures.
Ikaw matakot.
They do make a wide variety of calls, which we at the aquarium are sometimes lucky enough to get to listen to. Sometimes. This is one of those times. And how noise pollution coming from boats and oil drilling is going to affect baby blues in those areas. So we invite you to check that out. It is very, very interesting. It's also very good when it comes to navigation. They have a very keen navigational ability, which we call echolocation, which basically consists of making a series of high chirps and clicks underwater and listening to the echoes and reverberations to gauge the distance and size of objects in their underwater world. Now, as we're making sounds, we're seeing the tops of their heads moving, as we see in the front right here. The very side of that part of their body is their melon. So a fluid can flex its melon to focus sound.
Ayaw niya ng kamay. Nahiya. Ayaw niya ng kamay.
In shallow water, it's not very popular. They're very comfortable in the shallower parts of their natural habitat. And you might see our belugas throughout the day, maybe across the front here, up on the ledge, up on here, or even on the back side of the habitat, commonly known as the beach. Much, much shallower water, where a lot of our belugas like to swim some of their day.
Making sure everyone gets a good shot.
They're extremely well adapted to their aquarium environment.